Oh no! The madman has returned! The crazy person! Alright, I was actually not thinking about doing another episode just now. That's why I'm starting the game back up. But I watched over the footage, and while it was not great, I did have some fun with it. So I wanted to do more. Another one of these. Okay then. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but I left my TV on. It is now muted. I was watching Murder, She Wrote because it's fun. Okay, inside the Great Deku Tree. Oh my god. Finally, a nut! Hey, it's a nut inside the Great Deku Tree. Hey, look, I nut inside him. Okay then. So now that,
Look at this wall! The vine's growing on it, give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb on it, Stank.
yeah, maybe. But there are big scary spiders on it, so I wouldn't wanna. The map. A lot of 100% speedruns don't consider the map and compass for 100%. I think that's blasphemy.
You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the auctions icon says. That's the green icon, used to be blue, at the top of the screen.
You know, it's actually funny doing these voices. It's making all this dialogue that I wish I could skip not so bad. Actually, kind of fun. And now, I'm gonna kill a grass person. Let's see, what kind of voice do I want to do?
Ow, 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 forgive me, mister, if I give you a clue, but you let me know. When you I can't guarantee if it'll work, though, if the clip's really, really high. Well, tell me if you're feeling bold.
Hey, pooped out a heart. I don't want his pooped heart. Now this is a funny room. First time I ever played this game, I did this. Okay. And then I grabbed this. I'm guessing the first time you ever played this game, you did the same. You found the fairy slingshot. On the select item subscreen, you can use it left, down, and right. Use C to take it out and hold it. As you hold C, you can aim with the stick. Release C to unleash a Deku Seed. If you want to shoot right away, when you first use C, hold down C a little longer to get a seed ready. Thank you, game. Thank you. I like to put slingshot and arrows on right C. Okay, so the first time I ever played this, I didn't really understand. I don't even think I spoke to Navi, because I was already not interested in what she had to say. I didn't know you could do this. Okay, I have no idea why that happened. That was interesting. So, I spent maybe 10 minutes running around this room, not knowing what to do. And then I was like, okay, what if I just save and reset the game, and I started back at the entrance? I don't want that heart. And that's how I got past this impossible room as a child for the first time. Obviously, yeah, I figured it out later. Now that we have a slingshot, we can take care of the big scary spiders. Little do I know, there's a bigger, scarier spider. Later. Not much later. But look, seeds. Small heart seeds that you can use as bullets. This sounds cool. Alright, and actually, that probably wasn't a good example. But I was gonna say, as you'll see from my aiming here, this control stick sucks. Alright, and bigger, scarier spider. Alright, you probably noticed that, well, there's a chest there, and there was a chest in the previous room that I didn't pick up. I'm not gonna pick up that one either. Because I'm not gonna bother with chests that don't have items in them that I require. Like, if it doesn't have a small key, if it doesn't have a map or a compass or a special dungeon item, I'm not gonna bother with it. Why? Because OCD. OCD is very troublesome. Unlike most people who say they have it, they're just mildly annoyed. But people who really have it are driven crazy. And this is my favorite way to kill the giant spider. And he dropped nothing, thank you. I don't feel like waiting for that. Some people might say that this game has a lot of waiting. I would agree. I think that there's also a lot of other games people say are better than this that have a lot of waiting. They probably would not agree, but it is true. I think a lot of the waiting that people have problems with in this game can actually be solved by using Deku Nuts. Later on, I will show an example involving Pose and when they turn invisible. You nut them, and they become invisible again. Isn't that convenient? Now, I actually know the normal core game well enough that I should be able to get, well, I can get every gold and heart piece without looking it up. The same can be said about those big Pose in adult mode, also known as big mode. Okay then, I have also noticed that this second video is not as funny as the first, but that's okay. There will be ups and downs. Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You'll never be my brothers unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yes, I do. Traitor. And now to poke out the eyeball. I remember the first time I ever played this game, I was like writing down everything.
After you get into the water, if you fall down A, you can dive. I bet there's some interesting things underwater. Let's see how long you can hold your breath in there.
Wow. Thought now he was supposed to help me, not tell me to test my breath holding abilities while underwater. That's a very bad idea, kids. Don't do it. I remember one time when I was a kid, I had the bright idea to try to breathe water. I guess it would. I almost died, maybe? I don't think so.
Stand next to this block and grab and hold on to it with A. While holding it, you can push and pull it. If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing the control stick, toss the block, you can climb on top of it. Pay attention to what the action icon says. I'll tell you what.
Ah, my first not blue ruby, my first green ruby. If I was a business owner, small business owner in America, my first dollar ever made, this rupee would be the one that I would tape to the wall saying, yep. Huh. I was expecting that to kill on one hit. Okay then. All because I wanted more nuts. That's a lot of nuts! Kung Pao, Into the Fist, one of my favorite movies ever. Ah, this room. Well, we're not gonna see these during the boss fight, so I'm gonna go ahead and have one come down on me. Just one, though. They're not hard to kill, but they are rather... They can be a little annoying. Oh, that was interesting. I've never had that happen before. Ah, my second dollar ever. Alright. Can't get through that wall because that's a bombable wall. And even if we did have bombs, wouldn't be able to get what's in there anyway because we'd still need the boomerang. Never been the biggest fan of that kind of thing. Like, especially like coming back later with bombs and boomerang. Kind of annoying. Not as annoying as it is with the Fire Temple, where you actually have to come back as the adult. Not Fire Temple, Dodongo's Cavern. Yes. I don't really mind backtracking. It can be fun. Like, a lot of people complain about Metroid Prime, for example, and I do think Metroid Prime does go a little overboard. Mainly, probably not even its own fault so much as it is, it can be a little confusing, and you'll end up doing some backtracking you don't even need to do. Last time I played Metroid Prime, a lot of backtracking I didn't even need to do. 2, 3, and 1. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that. And he also pooped a heart. And I want your poop heart. Alright, we're almost done with the first dungeon. Freaking love this game. Oh my god. Okay, about time that happened. Alright. This control stick is really bad. I'm gonna have to get a new controller. I think I also need to get a better quality recording for my voice. And nut. I'm probably going to kill all these bosses quickly because Okay, what the heck is going on? Okay, this isn't normal. This controller's really freaking out on me right now. And then that stick. Alright, that stick should have done a lot of damage. I think maybe because I'm still running a controller that's dying on batteries that this is happening. There we go. I remember I drew this as a kid. Had the strategy guide. Well, one of the strategy guides. Versus, it was called, I think. And it had, one of the not concept, but the official illustrations of that thing. And I drew it, and it came out so good. Like, I should still have that drawing somewhere. But I colored it. and I wanted to bring it to school, but I was like, no, this is my only copy. I can't bring it to school. So I traced over it after I had colored it with crayons, I might add. And it the backside of it had wax crayon leavings. So that sucked. So I was like, oh, you traced this. And I was like, you know what? I did trace it, but I traced my own copy that wasn't traced. But there was no point in explaining that to them, so I was just like, oh, you got me. Well done, Stank! Look at that big tree. He's thick. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? No. No, Stank, thou must know thy time is short. Now listen carefully, I will man who does not cast this dreadful curse upon thee. Me. Upon me and thee. We are all cursed to live in this world of darkness and suckitude, because it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. Man, Beavis and Butthead. Should not have watched that as a kid, but I'm so glad I watched that as a kid. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerer's powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Ooh, it's raining. Blue rain. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos through the Hyrule. Pretty cool looking. Din, the goddess of power, her butch arms. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. She thought she knew everything better than everyone. And Faror, the goddess of courage. Little poop balls flying around. Din! With her muscly arms, she cultivated the land and created the red earth. I'm glad the dead creatures can't die soon, because I'm sick of this voice. Poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Breaking the law, breaking the law. I am the law. Faror, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law. Man, so much of this stuff with like, I guess, still as like thinking back, I'm still in awe and wonder of these, like, especially these early 3D games, like Super Mario 64 as well. Man, 90s were pretty cool. And the resting place of the triangles began to take a realm. Big gaping hole. Thou must never allow the desert man in black to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. That's right, my power! Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse was successful before you saw it, so I wasted your time. I could have just given you the damn thing in the beginning with. Yes, I will pass away soon, but do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. Stank, go now to Hyrule Castle. There thou wilt surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that the man wanted so much that he cast the curse upon me. Oh, let me just huck this loogie at you. Big gaping hole. was in that hole just a moment ago. Deku Tree remembers, he won't forget. He won't forget what I did inside him. You got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is spiritual stone of the forest, now granted. Okay, brain fart. Now entrusted to you by the great Deku Tree. And it still looks cool. The future depends upon thee, Stank. Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy helps Stank to carry out my will. I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. Now watch me die. That's a cool effect. Holy crap. Like, you could really believe a tree just died in front of you.
Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Stank. Before it starts to stink here. Goodbye, great Deku Tree.
The leaves falling is cool too. Actually, you know what? I wonder, do those leaves keep falling? They stop. I think they stop. Like, that they only fall then, and they're not anymore. Yeah. That's a bummer. It'd be cool if they kept that effect. There's like a gossip stone behind him, I think. Let me get some new sticks. I've been grasping onto my stick with 2 hands. I need more, for they will not be done being used. Now I talk to the Lollipop Guild.
Hey, Stank, what did you do? The great Deku Tree, did he die? How could you do things like that? It's all your fault.
I didn't do it. Bunghole. Hey, there's that views of mud. And I don't want to get wet. Oh no. I'm gonna get wet anyway. Splash, splash. And... yes, Sari is already... oh yeah, of course. I always forget that she's in this little hidey hole over here. We'll talk to her, and then we'll end it.
Oh, you're leaving. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Stank. Because you are different from me and my friends. You foreigner. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? Here, take this potato. I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it.
Oh, shiny potato. Oh, want to bite potato. You received the fairy ocarina. This is a memento from Sari. I said to see a new C to start playing it. On the select item sub-screen, you can set it to left, down, or up. Or, I mean right. Don't ask questions. And then use that C to start playing it, yeah. Use that C, unlike the D. You can play different notes with A and the 4C. Press B to quit playing, or to start your song over again. Yeah, press B to quit, you quitter. And now,
when you play my ocarina, I hope you'll think of me and come back to the forest to visit. Everyone's southern here, apparently. Why are you backing up all weirdly like that? Why are you running away? Freaking weirdo. What the hell's his problem?
okay. And now, the great outdoors. Hyrule Field. Look at that. Look at that pop in, love it. Look at those trees, love it. Look at that hole. Love it. Look at this little twink. with it. Big stick. Love it. Uh-oh, owl. Okay, what kind of voice? What kind of voice?
Odo, it appears that time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest times. Go straight this way and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. If you are lost and don't know which way to go, look at the map. The areas you have explored will be shown on the map. Press start. Did you get all that?
Yes. Never speak to me again, please. Thank you.
Alright then, I'll see you around. Hoot, 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 ho.
Then he takes a dump. And then this is the part where I do this. Except I'm not gonna make it. Well, I'm gonna make it. Well, I might make it. The whole point is that I'm actually gonna save and quit here. Ah! World contents! I'm gonna have to block that out. Okay, bye.